like I just said, we just came back off tour.
Yeah.
You know, with Fifth, and we still touring, still. And I do my own tours too for people. Yo.
You see,
I do my own tours. I did tours in Canada. I did a tour across the whole Germany and the Swiss Alps, and that's why I don't care about the hate, cause I'm like, I got the possibility to do my own tour, like something with Memphis Bleek. Memphis Bleek said to Nori, Yayo said Jay-Z didn't have us on tour like he did, or I eat my own halal. I eat my own halal too. If you want to say that, to Memphis Bleek, I just came off my last tour. All I'm saying is when you see Jay-Z in Exciting, he never really, when he's doing a Beyonce show or whatever, you don't see Memphis Bleek on the stage and him being brought out. You know, even if I'm doing the hype man shit with 50, he's bringing me out. I'm making money. I'm going to.
That's that man girl too. That's it. That's Hov's wife tour.
Yeah, that's Hov wife tour.
So if Hov, I believe if Hov was out on his own, he would bring Bleek out. There is no need for him to bring Bleek in a situation where it looked like if this was last tour you're talking about with the Cowboy Carter.
Right.
Yeah.
So to me, because I look at Bleek as a loyal guy, like I'm a loyal guy to Jay. But I look at like Fifth, my guy Hervé, one day we had TRL, and it's the Young Gunners there.
Yeah.
And I'm talking them out, and Hervé says loud, "You don't gotta worry about nothing. You got 50. Jay-Z doesn't do nothing for these guys like 50 does." And Hervé, I think he worked with them too. But he said that to me, and that always stuck in my head. Rest in peace to him.
Man, it's crazy to argue about who got the best sugar daddy. Real ones don't move like that. You can't feed your family off of another man's plate because your people would go hungry as soon as he stops feeding you. I was always taught. In other words, Jay does more for me, or this whole Yo 50 takes better care of me. That's absurd. Real guys take care of their own affairs. Now, if your friend lends you a hand, great. However, boasting about it is strange flex. Do you sense me? Yo-Yo's primary point of contention appeared to be that Jay-Z is self-centered and only ever looks out for himself. That's a weird hill to die on too. Because the way it came off sounded like some crazy flex about who's getting cared for. Memphis Bleek was unable to overlook that when he performed at Drink Champs. He needed to talk about it and clear the air. Bleek claims that he and Yao have never truly had a serious argument, even though they had previously been in the same rooms and possibly collaborated on some projects. Things undoubtedly changed after Yo-Yo's remarks. Tension is now present. Though there wasn't a full-on conflict, Bleek obviously had something to say.
I seen something Tony Yayo said, Hov don't look out for me like 50 look out for him.
Oh, word? He said that?
I just want to clear that up. Hov don't have to.
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right, okay.
I'm chewing a lie on my own.
Right.
If Hov look out, I'm telling you, I'll be up there.
Right.
So when y'all see me out here, that's the Blizzle budget. But back to you, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I just want to let niggas know Hov don't have to.
Right. So,
Memphis Bleek essentially said, man, forget Tony Yayo straight up, even though he hasn't stated it yet. Here's the problem though. Tony Yayo has always been the one to criticize others for failing to take care of their employees. And it was precisely the same energy that led to his current argument with Jim Jones. We all recall the Gun versus Dipset era, which included Jim Jones, Cameron, and 50 Cent. Although there was commotion at the time, most people believed that the drama had passed. False. Jim Jones and Tony Yayo have resumed their feud in recent years, about something even more intimate this time. Yayo made a strong assertion while appearing on Math Hoffer's program. According to him, Jim Jones abandoned Stack Bundles to perish in the hood.
Right? Stack Bundles, one of my favorite rappers in the world.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Ryan Squad. Rest in peace.
Far Rock. Yep. You understand? Jim Jones, he had Stack Bundles, he had Max B. I looked at it like, wait. You know, Stack's Bundles had a portion was still in the hood. No disrespect to Jim Jones. Fifth had me in Battery Park. I could walk out that barefoot.
Get the socks.
See, that's when a nigga love you, nigga. Get the socks, nigga. Sneakers Dior, nigga. But I'm walking out there barefoot. That's when you know a nigga love you, boy. Because he making sure you don't get your shit split. Cause you go back to 134, anywhere, Baisley, right, Brooklyn, shit get split. Once I got shit, niggas shot my shit up. Bentleys and all that. Y'all can get that sneaker, just toss that over there. My shit's official. You know what I'm saying? Yo, look, but nigga put me in position. Rest in peace of Stack, but Stack got killed in the project with a Porsche.
Yeah.
Nigga, come on, nigga, I'm from the hood, nigga. Y'all niggas thought, nigga. I done been around the Black Justice and Sheena Preems and all that, nigga. The E-Money bags, all that, nigga. The younger niggas under that.
So with everything you
Maserati Fox. Real nigga, huh?
So with everything that you saw, what would you change?
I just pray to God every time I leave the house.
But what would you change?
Change what?
Pass the cup. I heard you talk about all the shit you went through, all the shit niggas is still going through.
What God got planned for you is planned for you, brother. God already know what's planned for you in life.
God planned for you to come here and spaz on y'all niggas tonight.
I spaz?
I'm just saying it was a plan.
I mean, I do be on some Hollywood shit in Europe. I gotta stop.
Yeah.
Something like, yo, stop talking about Europe. I don't, like, when you come here, you gotta deal with niggas.
Glad like that, bro. See?
Yao claims that Jim neglected Stack and that this contributed to some of his problems. That is a very serious charge. Here's the summary for those who are unaware of Stack bundles. We'll discuss that in a moment. Jim Jones, one of his day ones, autographed Stack. Jim taught him the ropes and gave him a tour. However, for years, others have said that Jim failed to do enough for Stack, which is why the tragedy occurred as it did. In the hood, Stack Bundles lost his life, and the culture is still troubled by that tale today. The complexity arises from the fact that Stack Bundles never exited the hood. You see, nobody truly knows what transpired between them, so I've always given Jim Jones the benefit of the doubt. No matter how hard you attempt to help, there are instances when your pals simply won't listen. People have approached me and expressed a want to grind. They still don't move even after I give them the entire layout and even offer to purchase a setup. When you want someone to succeed more than they do for themselves, it can be difficult. With Jim Jones and Stack Bundles, it sounded somewhat like that. Jim was pulled by people who claimed he adopted Stack's entire look, speech pattern, gait, and running style. To be honest, that person was Stack Bundles. He most likely would have been seated next to A$AP Rocky at Paris Fashion Week in the front row if life hadn't interrupted him. That was the extent of his effect. However, detractors said that Jim Jones stole the sauce and abandoned him, which further muddied the waters. Jim, however, has consistently maintained his position that that is completely untrue. He asserted that he provided Stack with money, opportunities, tours, and everything else in an attempt to get him out of the neighborhood. Jim claimed that the main reason it hurt was that Stack simply didn't want to go. He claims that he never left Stack behind. He simply couldn't force him to leave the streets. Jim Jones stands on that narrative, whether you believe him or not. He became very upset throughout that interview and snapped at everyone who mentioned Stack Bundle.
This is the difference between me and other niggas, right? Stack Bundles, one of my favorite rappers in the world.
Rest in peace, Stack.
Right?
Ryan
Squad.
Rest in peace.
Far Rock, you understand? Jim Jones, he had Stack Bundles, he had Max B. I looked at it like, great, you know. Stack Bundles had a Porsche and was still in the hood. No disrespect to Jim Jones. Fifth had me in Battery Park. I could walk out that barefoot.
Get the socks.
See, that's when a nigga love you, nigga. Get the socks, nigga. Sneakers Dior, nigga. But I'm walking out there barefoot. That's when you know a nigga love you, boy. Because he making sure you don't get your shit split. Because you go back to 134, anywhere, Baisley, right, Brooklyn, shit get split. Once I got shit, nigga shot my shit up. Bentleys and all that. Y'all can get that sneaker, just toss that over there. My shit's official. You know what I'm saying? Yo, look, but nigga put me in position. Rest in peace of Stack, but Stack got killed in the project with a Porsche.
Yeah.
Nigga, come on, nigga, I'm from the hood, nigga. Y'all niggas thought, nigga. I done been around the Black Justice and Sheena Preems and all that, nigga. The E-Money bags, all that, nigga. The younger niggas under that.
So with everything you
Maserati Fox. Real nigga, huh?
So with everything that you saw, what would you change?
I just pray to God every time I leave the house.
But what would you change?
Change what?
Pass the cup.
I heard you talk about all the shit you went through, all the shit niggas is still going through.
What God got planned for you is planned for you, brother. God already know what's planned for you in life.
God planned for Ye to come here and spaz on y'all niggas tonight.
I spaz?
I'm just saying, it was a play.
I mean, I do be on some Hollywood shit. It was in Europe. I gotta stop.
Yeah.
Something like, yo, stop talking about Europe. I don't, like, when you come here, you gotta deal with
Don't treat
niggas.
Vlad like that, bro. See how niggas is? See how
No, I
niggas
had
is,
nothing to do with
bro?
Vlad.
He ain't treat Vlad
do with
like
Europe.
this. He
I
ain't treat
do
Vlad
things
like
you have to
this,
do with
my
Europe.
nigga.
When you go to
Even though Tony Yayo hadn't yet spoken, it was clear why Jim was upset at the time. To him, Stack was more than just an artist. It was a personal matter. I am unable to state with certainty what is accurate about the $25,000, the G-Wagon, or anything else at this time. However, it is evident that Jim takes Stack Deep very seriously. Therefore, when Jim got down with Memphis Bleek and Tony Yayo's name was mentioned, Jim regarded it as outright disrespect. Jim didn't hold anything back, man. Bleek made an effort to remain composed, but Jim let it all out. He made it apparent that he is not going hungry. His folks are not going hungry. Furthermore, it's absurd to go back and forth about who has a better sugar daddy.
I want to say this. The problem is, when she was on the show, she had said that she had heard about you wasn't giving Stack money, but people don't know that when Stack asked you for the bread, you were going to the bank. I think the bank was closed. Something happened because me and Bino talked about it. I remember being there, and you was going to give him
more money after the money he spent because we was on tour. He like, geez, I spent all that tour money, geez, on Pop, I bug it. Whatever he did, brought another Porsche, BMW. He like, yo, Pop, geez, you said closed mouth don't get fed, geez, I'm Pop, geez, I'm hurting.
It's a fact.
And when I told him, I said, yo, go get 25 grand from the bank tomorrow. He like, oh, yo, what's up with that Wrangler truck? I'm like, I left that shit in Brooklyn. I don't even want that shit. I don't even know what block it's on. Matter of fact, it's by the car shop where I got the Maserati from. He like, you let me get that, geez. I'm like, go take it. You probably got to get a new key. He like, oh, I'm going to go get that tomorrow, geez. You different, geez. And we all know the rest of the story.
Why do you think that people have this misconception of what happened? Why do you think even her? Why do you think that? Where did that come from?
Nobody likes to hear the truth.
Because we were there. Bino get mad all the time, and he gets offended. And he was one of the people that called me. He was like, "That's not true." They think that what they think is that Stack asked you. He told you he wanted to leave. They said that Stack told you he wanted to leave. He wanted to move, and you didn't move him out. But that's not true.
You want to hear that story? All right, for Stacks and them, I was about to buy Stacks, the kid Max and Melly, a whole brownstone in New Jersey. None of them wanted to leave the hood. And I was not about to waste my money. And that was what I offered them. I went shopping for the shit and all that type of shit.
Yeah, we remember that, right, Bass? We remember that. Shout out to Bass. I remember the conversation.
And I'm like, yo, you bugging. You want to, like, yo, you could go to the hood every day, but you're going to be living in Jersey. Like, you're going to be living better than, like, you heard? And you don't have to worry about paying for no rent or nothing like that. I'm just trying to get you niggas out the hood. Melly, too. Melly ended up getting shot, right? Like none of these would listen, and everything that happened that you know can happen in the hood end up happening and shit like that, you know what I mean? But everything to try to protect them for what I know could have happened to them, I tried. You heard? From getting all of these cars to getting all these, everything. You can imagine everything. Private jets, Miami, hundreds of thousands in one weekend, 2 tour buses at Atlanta, like, cannot front on how I had my boys moving. And I'm only talking about this because you was there, and you and Stacks were best friends, or Bino, couple others and like that. Other than I don't even talk to people about Stacks and what went on, but we was setting it out. This was not on our level when we was moving, and no way.
Jim then began to brag about his wealth, automobiles, and lifestyle, drawing comparisons to Tony Yayo's circumstances. Here's the twist, though. Yayo wasn't even attempting to say that. Tony never asserted that Jim was impoverished. He said quite simply, Jim is good. Jim's friends don't look good, he said. They don't appear to be on. They don't appear to be up. And to be honest, it may have hit much harder if Jim had concentrated on that rather than ranting about money. Additionally, it's possible that the entire situation would not have blown up the way it did. However, Jim wasn't interested in listening to any of that. He had gone into full defensive mode. It was evident in his eyes. That pride really got going. Jim didn't play around with his name or his gang, and he thought Yayo was trying to make fun of him in public. He became irate and yelled, "No one is feeding me." I started from scratch when building this. He stated unequivocally that he doesn't live off of anyone. Not anyone's, not Jay-Z's, and not the 50s. This is when things became tense, though. Jim didn't ignore it. Instead, he doubled down. He began criticizing Yayo for being overly devoted to 50 and accusing him of constantly sneaking behind his boss's back.
Well, a lot of, me from the hood, so people look at Bleek and don't understand the business he's doing. They always look at Jay like, oh,
yeah.
But
That's why, that's why you got like Yayo talking about, Jay don't take care of. I don't need Jay to go on tour.
Yo smoke hard coke, yo.
Yo, chill.
You look like you need to be taken care of. You look like you need to go to the dentist. You need to look like you need to brush your teeth. You look like you need hygiene. You look like you need help. Tell your man 50 to send you an ounce or something, yo.
You do need
You
that
might
help.
need
That's
2
why-
ounces, nigga.
That's why
Paid
he's
in full
looking to
movie,
see-
nigga. I got a G for every bump in your face, nigga. I promise you that, nigga.
That's
I
a
promise
fact.
you that, nigga.
That's why he worried about
Peon, you broke, nigga. You know
See?
I got it, nigga. What's
Don't-
up? The
ain't
bag
nobody-
is up. The bolsa.
Hey, yo.
Hey, Flea, where the bolsa at, Flea?
Let me finish that off. Ain't nobody taking care of over here, B. Yo, nah, you good, my nigga. I fucking love it. They deserve it. They need to hear this shit, man, because they bugging out here. All these niggas worrying about who taking care of who. We take care of we. Ain't no
100%,
who
nigga.
take care of who, nigga. You know who doing it. We live.
Us
We getting
together,
money.
nigga. We take
You
care
feel
of
me?
everybody, nigga. We take care of each other, nigga.
That's a
heard?
fact, my G. But linking back up with you, Jim, we missed out on a lot
this
of
is dope.
opportunity, bro. But we ain't gonna miss it out going forward.
Nah,
we need to
man.
put some pain
Time-
together,
time
bro.
don't lie.
No.
The atmosphere in the room changed at that point. It became direct heat and ceased to be a conversation. Bleek attempted to defuse the situation, but Jim had left. Feelings took over. It was clear that Yaya was no longer the only focus of this. It was all of the accumulation over the years. The disdain, the comparisons, and the "you're not looking out for your people" stuff. Jim had had enough. And he made it clear to everyone that he was not going to back down at that very moment. Not from anyone, not even Tony. Jim continued to brag about his wealth. But isn't that really the point? Tony Yayo wasn't going to back down either. So it's not just about who's broke or who has more money. He responded with a fiery retort on his Instagram account. Rather than responding verbally, he took a risk by reposting Max B, Jim's long-standing nemesis. That's quite a statement. The entire internet was talking about that post. There was a sharp division among the fans. Jim was justified in defending himself, according to some. Others believe that by bringing up actual conversation, Yayo touched a nerve. It's your time now. Tell me in a comment which side you support, Team Tony Yayo or Team Jim Jones. Additionally, before you leave, remember to like, share, subscribe to Dipset, and continue the discussion in the comments section.
Linking back up with you, Jim, we missed out on a lot of opportunity, bro. But we ain't gonna miss it out going forward.
Nah,
we need to
man.
put some pain together,
Time
bro.
don't lie.